winter has come. Hello, everybody.
Winter.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Binge Podcast, episode number 12.
What a solid start.
Yeah, I'm back. Missed me. Too bad. Last week's episode didn't go out till like a couple hours ago.
An hour
almost.
ago.
Yeah.
Woo!
Because of that, we lost 2 subscribers.
It's like you
but
were
whatever.
never gone, Jordan.
Yeah, for real.
Did you say you lost 2 subscribers?
Yeah, we did actually.
Boo,
With
you
me,
fuck you two.
hi John.
Fuck
Say
the
hi,
two of
John.
you. Hi,
Yeah.
John. Hi, Jordan. How are you?
I'm good. Brian,
Hi, John.
as usual. Brian Shoop.
Brian Shupp.
Brian Shoop with 4 O's.
Yeah.
So we watched Game of Thrones episode 10, the finale.
Much
The
as you
wins.
should have
Finale.
already. If you're watching this, you should have, because if not, you're not going to want to watch after this.
That's true. Yes.
We're going to ruin it.
Yeah. Winds of Winter. The 10th episode. The end of Game of Thrones for the year is very sad. Kind of melancholy. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel you. But it was awesome. I loved it. It was a great episode.
It felt
Awesome,
very like...
awesome soundtrack. It was like my favorite
Oh my God.
soundtrack episode.
Yeah,
ever.
it was so different. Like
Ramen
the last,
Djawadi or whatever.
The last
Did
few
it.
episodes have been so just like they feel different.
Yeah.
This felt like the Godfather movies.
It did. It was very
like
strange, but I
yeah.
loved it.
It was good. This
I
episode just felt like it was just all it did was tie up loose ends. Like there really wasn't any.
That's how almost every episode 10 is of every season, though. But honestly,
Yeah.
this is my favorite finale season yet. Like, season 5 pissed me off. It pissed everybody off. Jon Snow, dead, alive. We don't know.
Yeah.
Catch you in 11 months. Fuck off. This was way better. So, overall reactions, I loved it. It is my favorite episode so far, even though 9 is like second favorite. So these past 2 episodes have been the 2 greatest episodes of Game of Thrones.
Real quick.
in my opinion.
Real quick, Jordan. Since
Go
we
ahead,
didn't
your
have
turn.
you last week, what'd you think? What'd you think about Battle of the Bastards?
I liked it. It was awesome. There was so much action. It was very well directed.
Oh my God, yeah, it was.
It was good.
I got
don't-
goosebumps just thinking about it.
It was really nice.
I unfortunately had to watch it on my phone, so I wasn't as immersed as I normally am every season, every episode. So I was a little not as thrilled about it, but I still loved it. It was still a really good episode. Of course, I wanted to say I called it. I knew that the battle was going to be going on. The Jon Snow is going to look like he's going to die. They lost like 2/3 of their men, and then here comes Peter Baelish with his
Peter
chariot,
Baelish.
and he sweeps them away.
yeah.
But I did not
that was-
see Rickon dying like that. That kind of sucked.
I mean,
Yeah, kinda.
if that little motherfucker just knew how to zigzag, it wouldn't have mattered.
For real. Let's run in a straight line to give the
Yeah.
archer a really good... Well, let's see. If he's running this fast, I just have to go that much farther.
Something really cool because I watched it a couple times.
I watched it twice too.
I need to watch it again,
When the armies are like face to face and Ramsay releases Rickon, he has those burning men. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
scattered around. Those are literally fucking distance markers, so he knows how far to shoot, like how to aim the bow.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's like
That was very
just
clever.
so much, like even down to the fact that in that battle, the Small John Umber, fighting for Ramsay's side,
Yeah.
he gave them a little pep talk and he raised his sword. Motherfucker, the Grey John back in what was it, season 3 with Rob fighting? When he was the king in the north.
Yeah.
It was the same family sword. So
Oh,
just the
fast.
fact that they carry all this stuff through is
I
it's
know.
just fantastic.
There's something I'm going to have to come back to. There's a little thing I read today that it's very coincidental, I think, but it's interesting to talk about. So, overall, John, impressions of last night finale.
Really good.
Whole,
I think it was,
69 minutes?
yeah. Overall, I think that the last 2 episodes specifically have restored all of my hope in Game of Thrones, and I am very, very sorry that I talked so much shit for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you
Back
did.
to back.
You kind of did.
I did.
Brian, last week,
Let's
last
see.
night.
Really enjoyed it. I felt some reveals were a little weaker than they should be, but that's just me personally.
Yeah.
I still
I see where
think
you're
that
going.
I prefer episode 9. I feel like I told you the opposite last night when we were talking about it.
No,
but-
you said you preferred 9.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I still feel that way, but it was still very good. So,
Yeah.
best season finale so far.
Good. Yeah, I agree with that. And I see where you're going. Some of those things at the end, a little weak. Could have done a little better, but overall, I loved it. So let's just get into it real quick. Let's go
Let's
over
do it.
scene by scene. I took a shit ton of notes because so much was
Oh, good.
happening.
I didn't.
Of course. I mean, whatever.
I usually do.
Do you?
Well, remember that one time I had like a bunch?
Oh, burn.
So we start the episode off with probably the greatest Game of Thrones soundtrack of all time. Coolest,
Yeah,
very
so fantastic.
strange choice of music, but I loved it. It was amazing. It was so well directed and produced. Like I was blown. I had goosebumps watching this scene. We're
it was
in King's Landing. We're seeing the trial going on of Sir Loras Tyrell, and supposed to be also Cersei, but they're just kind of, it's like a Game of Thrones montage. Like nobody's really speaking; it's just moving people and music. We have Loras, getting his hair cut off.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking around. We see Cersei like in a black dress that we've never seen her in before. She has this weird like chain on her. I don't know. I already hated her. that
she's
she
Oh my
channeling-
god! I forgot that Jordan fucking
Oh,
hates
yeah.
Cersei.
She was definitely channeling her inner Tywin there. Like they were very similar.
Yeah,
dressed.
she did. She looked a lot like her father.
Except a hot version.
No,
I don't even find her attractive at all.
She has a Joffrey haircut.
She does. She's still ugly as shit.
Not by
I don't
choice.
think her hair, like the Game of Thrones time span has been at least like a couple months. You'd think her hair would grow at least like an inch. It's been the same since her Walk
she
of
was
Atonement.
wasn't she like scalped? Or it was very close to being scalped. Like she
Yeah,
was,
it has grown a little bit.
Plus, who knows? Maybe she's not wanting to grow it out. Maybe that's her
maybe
style
she's
now.
getting a cut.
Right.
I guess it makes sense, Jordan, because fucking Varys has had time to jetpack all around Dorne and Essos
Yeah,
and
I know.
stuff like that.
We'll get to
Cersei-
that.
Jetpack.
We'll get to that. So Loras confesses, he atones for his sins essentially, and he's like, I devote my life to faith. I bid myself with my name. I will bear no children. Blah blah blah. And they carve a big star into his forehead, and that sucked. And then the music kicks back up, and everybody's like, "Where's Cersei at?" She's just chilling on the Red Keep, drinking her wine, being the bitch that she is, and.
Oh god.
Oh,
As
God.
Sir Robert Strong stops Tommen from leaving his room, and we know at this
Yeah.
point shit's fucked up.
Shit is fucked up. You're
Well,
right.
I
What
just
was-
want to sit back and listen to Jordan describe it because the way
That's-
Jordan's portraying everything is just so perfect right now.
Yeah.
And we
That's
have,
how you know shit's fucked up.
yeah. I mean, you had a bad feeling about it almost the whole time. You're like, this isn't good. And we have the little children running around, and they kill the maester. I forget what his name was.
Pycelle.
Finally,
Pycelle. Thank you.
finally.
That old lying bastard.
You know what? The biggest tragedy of all though is his hooker never got paid.
Yeah, you're right. He's like, leave me alone. I'll pay you later. And then the Septums are running around. He's chasing that kid in the dungeon and gets stabbed or some shit. And we see a bunch of barrels underground, and it's wildfire.
Yeah, it is.
And then he takes a week to climb over to those tiny little candles that are in the wildfire, and the Septum explodes. No more chapel, citadel, whatever they
Baelor's,
call it.
what was it? What was it called? Baelor, Sept of Baelor?
I
Is
think
that it?
so. I know the Targaryens built it, so obviously Cersei didn't care about it.
But can we talk about how sad it is that Marjorie's gone?
Margie.
I'm
Margie?
I'm heartbroken. She was one of my favorite characters, honestly.
Yeah,
She knew. She knew shit was fucked up too. She knew.
Oh yeah,
That was
and she was
sad.
hot. I loved her. Marjorie was my favorite.
I still think she's the human equivalent of Lola Bunny.
She looks like a mouse.
That's you see what I mean?
Just a little bit. Her smirk was cute. I liked it. But then I laughed out loud when I saw it happen, but Tommen walked out a fucking window. Like,
Dude, I knew it was gonna just like the
He didn't-
obviously the pacing of the scene when the camera's stuck there and he
Yeah.
walked away. I knew it was just like, well, he's gonna come back and jump
like
out the
this
window.
isn't good.
See, I almost want to say my stupid joke I told you earlier, but I feel like I've said it enough
Just
at this
say
point.
it. Just say it, Brian.
Go ahead.
I guess that's why they call it King's Landing.
I saw it on Twitter. I love it.
Oh, you did? Damn,
Yeah.
everyone's more creative than me.
It's a meme already.
Fuck.
But I thought it was hilarious. Like, I saw him. He just went up to the window. He didn't even hesitate. He just went. "Dup, dup, dup."
Oh, he was pretty numb at that point, probably.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
well, my wife's dead. This sucks.
You know what's funny? I bet he even knew Cersei did it too, and he's like,
Well, obviously, Sir Gregor just came in and like was like, no, don't move.
I'm sure he was so pissed off and just like, you know what? Fuck
yeah.
it.
He's what do I have to live for? Like, he knows
mean-
that his mom was like all up for it. And I'm pretty sure she knew that he was probably going to die or kill himself or something because she was all dressed in black, ready to take the queen's spot.
No. I don't think she had any idea he was going to kill himself. That was
Well,
right out
did
of
you-
left field.
Well, we see that. Well, I mean, we'll skip like a scene here. We see that she like was very heartless about it. Like she's like, burn him.
No, she was just at the end of her rope. Like, I'm sure she was just completely like, that was grief right there.
It was probably such a weird like just blend of emotions
I
where
guess
like
that's true.
she finally did what she wanted to. She's so
Yeah.
powerful, and
think
at the same time this happened, and it's her last kid, so she's just like, well, fuck
Well,
everything.
I wanted
And
to.
she-
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Well,
Jordan.
okay. I wanted to
You're good.
say like I called it earlier, saying that Tommen's gonna die because
Yeah.
it's been the prophecy since like season 1 or 2. Whenever we saw the frog witch lady, say your kids are gonna die, and then she's gonna die. So she watched all her kids die. It's her turn now, thankfully.
Yeah, that was like actually what I was gonna say is that's the reason we got the reaction we did from her is because she's already knows this was gonna happen.
Yeah, she did know
at
it's
this
gonna
point.
happen.
At this point, she completely believes in the prophecy, but like I think she was still hoping like that's why she had him there is to protect him. Otherwise, she just would have let him fucking go to the Sept. You know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
But
Good
I
point.
think the end of the prophecy is that she's going to be killed by the Valonqar, which is either going to be Tyrion or Jaime.
Jamie.
I have another idea. We'll come back to this. This is something jotted down, Brian, if you want to make a list.
Jotting.
Okay. Jot.
Yeah.
I have an interesting theory about what's going to happen to her. Maybe
Okay.
because I want to see it happen, but I have a great idea.
Because you're a
come back
sick
to it.
bastard that wants to see Cersei die.
Exactly. I want to see
mean-
her. I want to see her die in the best way possible.
At this point, that's her redemption arc is her dying.
That's true.
Because she's kind of ruined everything at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of those two scenes. In between them, we saw Walder Frey and Jaime and Bronn, and Jaime just like bitches at Walder, and he's like, "They're not scared of you. They're scared of us." It's like every
Yeah.
time you need the Riverlands taken back, we have to come save your ass. Sorry. And
Yeah, that
Bronn,
was-
Bronn gets those two sluts.
That was definitely like I bet that was probably the most frustrating thing is that Walder Frey compared himself to Jaime, rather they
Yeah.
compared themselves together, and he's probably just like, oh God, like, ew.
Yeah, exactly. Next scene, I love this. Sam and Gilly arrive at the Citadel, and that guy behind the table is just so weird. He's like, "Hand me."
That was really funny.
No, you have to give it to me. Like, I love Sam's character so
And then
much.
he fucking like as Sam and Gilly and little Sam were walking.
No women and children.
He turns around and just goes, nah. He just barked at me like, oh shit, okay.
He really did. He was a very strange man, and
He really
he
was.
didn't know anything about what happened at.
Well,
all the ravens were killed. Essentially, like
that's funny. Like, in all honesty, I bet that's probably more accurate of how that type of shit would go. It's just like, oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, when it takes like a month to get a message to somebody,
yeah.
it kind of sounds about right that some people would not find out about certain people's deaths and otherwise,
Yeah, I love how he just went, okay, scratch.
He just crossed them out.
Yeah.
Like, we'll figure that out
Yeah,
later.
whatever. And then the Citadel is beautiful, amazing
Yeah.
library. I mean, you saw the building.
Old
from
Town was really nice.
Yes, you see the Citadel like from the outside. You're like, that's a big ass tower with a really big ass fire on top of it. and then it was essentially just all books. Like the walls were like enclosing the books. That was huge. Can you imagine? Like, and Sam was just in his glory. He's looking around at everything. Like, I can't wait to read all of these.
Yeah. And that was actually really cool. Like the I guess chandeliers with the candle holders in the Great Library. I was like, I wonder if they filmed the intro in there. Like it looked very much like where you see the giant like Game of Thrones logo, the flaming thing around the sun. I was like,
look at that. That's cool. I love that. That was super cool.
yeah.
So next scene, we're at Winterfell. We see John's like inside. He's like, you know, reminiscing about his days back when he was there. Davos confronts Melisandre, and this was like Davos's best speaking part. He was
fucking Emmy right there. Emmy.
Pissed. Oh my god, he was screaming. He's like, "Fuck her, kill her." Like he said it. I love that girl, and that was very sad. And
It really was.
I'm really glad about like Melisandre's like kind of end of her story here. At least so far, end of her story. You know, she wasn't just killed. She kind of deserves it because she was wrong. And if I was like in Jon or Davos's shoes, I'd be like, well, what if you're wrong again? Like, who are you going to kill? Whose blood is on your hands next? So Jon's gentle heart, you know, just let her go.
Mm-hmm. I like her though. I wish she wasn't. I wish she was still in the.
I really like her too.
Yeah.
Like she was one of my more favorite characters.
She was
to be
good.
honest.
Yeah. John, what were you to say?
I just like Melisandre a lot, and I hope there's more for her story in the future. But I mean, I understand. I'm just really glad they didn't kill her off, and
Yeah,
that
I am
there's
too.
still a chance to see, you know, what her next moves are. But I really like her with Jon specifically. But
Yes.
I don't know.
But she was
how much
so
hope there is
unsure
for
of her.
that.
She was so unsure of herself too at this point, where she's just
Right.
like she doesn't really know what or who to believe.
Even
in.
she doesn't have all the answers for the questions that they're asking.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
well, the Lord commanded me, and they were like, your Lord's evil as fuck. So
She's like, but John's alive, so hey, wasn't that cool?
yeah,
And just like, it's like, God damn it, get out of here.
the rest of the scene, all these scenes were really long. They packed a lot of info and everything. We also see like Jon and Sansa kind of like reconciling.
They
like,
had a bro talk.
yeah, like
essentially.
she apologized for not talking to him about Baelish, and he apologized for stuff, and it was just a great like brother sister bonding, even though they're not related at all.
Shut your mouth.
even
You don't
though-
know.
Even though they think they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I apologize for not talking about him. Only a fool would trust. I wrote this down. Only a fool would trust Littlefinger, and that's true. And then we saw the White Raven came from the Citadel, and she said, "Well, we got a raven from the Citadel, and it was white. Winter has come. Winter is finally here."
And then they're just like, oh, Dad.
Yeah, they were like, "Father promised us this."
Yeah, it's like, he's always on about something like that.
Yeah. So that was good. That was good. I liked them. The scene was good. And then we see Dorne again. Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
They're back.
That was the best Dorne scene ever.
Yeah, Olenna was just like ripping them all into pieces.
She literally said, what's your name? Barbara?
Yeah. It's like, you look like a little boy. I loved it. And like Olenna's in all black. We've never seen her in all black. She's always
That's her murdering clothes.
Yeah, this really was. And we see Varys is with them, which is cool, I guess. Varys must have got word that she killed all the Martells. And
No. I think that he had known already, and whenever he told Tyrion he was going to find allies, he knew he could find common like means against them to
That's
destroy
true.
the Lannisters.
Against the Lannisters, yeah.
Yes.
Good point. Yes. But fuck the Sand Snakes.
That was so good.
That
And
was
she
awesome.
just like, she's like, okay, who are you? Never mind. You gonna say anything? Didn't think so. Moving on.
She's like, let the women speak.
Yeah, that was great.
That was good.
And then fucking Varys dropping bombs with Targaryen family mottos.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was really fantastic.
Yeah.
That was just the best way to sum up exactly what this next season's going to be.
It's going to be
That's so
awesome.
good.
next scene, we're at Marine, and all the ships are ready. All of her thousands of ships are ready for her to go over to Westeros, and I'm so excited about it. I love Tyrion and Dany's kind of like heart to heart. She's like, "You suck at counseling me." Like,
Yeah.
you're a heartless bastard. And he's like, "Well, yeah, I know I am."
Yeah, that was actually really funny because he even acknowledged he's like, I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah.
And it's like exactly what the readers and the viewers have been thinking for the past like 15 years or something
Yeah.
like
Like,
that.
wow,
Like,
this is finally happening.
it's like she's gonna make it.
Yep.
I hope something stupid like as a joke. The first episode of the next season, it literally just like a rock falls off a cliff and just crushes Dany, and just like
That was
Oh,
that's
Brian.
awful.
didn't credits as
Why
a
would
joke.
you say that?
As a joke.
Not
And
a
then
good
they
That's
put-
joke.
awful, Brian. Fuck off.
See, this is why I'm not in charge of big like budget shows.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, oh, this
I
would be
just-
funny. This would be
I
great.
just can't handle it.
Oh, Dany makes him a hand. Pen.
That was
Oh, how
as
touching.
soon as
I thought-
as soon as I saw it coming.
I wrote down and said, well, things are looping back around. Tyrion's another hand of the good guys now. I thought
Yeah,
it was,
that was honestly awesome, and he was like choked up about it too,
yeah,
because he's like, she's actually not evil or crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
exactly.
Like this is not gonna suck. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then now we're back at the Riverlands and we're seeing Walder and he's like, where are my sons at? And this girl is like, they're here
You
In
fucking
your-
ate him.
in your food, you son of a bitch.
You
and-
like that pie? It's made of foot, you bitch.
It's like Family Guy. Like, Brian, do you like the pie?
There was
Do you
there
like
was
my hair
legitimately-
pie?
That was legitimately a South Park episode.
It really was.
Do you remember that one, John?
Yeah. No.
Where Carbon feeds Scott Tenorman his own parents.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
He just like So yeah, Arya is officially
Okay.
Cartman.
Yep. So yeah, we find out.
I never made that connection though, Brian. Sorry.
Well, it's okay. That's all I do.
Arya is over in Westeros, completing her fucking list.
Yeah.
I hope that they like. I hope we get a Stark reunion. You know what I
I
mean?
think we will. It's very possible. That would be great. Now that everybody's kind of on the same continent again.
that's a big starting point.
Yeah, it is. So I know you guys were bitching about Arya's storyline. You know, why did we waste all this time with her being in Bravos?
Yeah.
And we kind of got the answer last night, and that's that she did all that training to be a faceless man so that she could be like a faceless man just in Westeros. And
That's
like
pretty much it.
yeah, to do her list thing. You know, she wouldn't be able to do that just on her own. Everybody'd be like, "You're Arya Stark. Why are you doing over here?" Now she can kind of like disguise herself as some chick and then kill Walder Frey.
I still
Also-
feel like it took too long.
Yeah. Also, she's actually fucking crazy now, right? Because like
Oh,
the way
yeah.
she reacted when she slit his throat, she looked so happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
It
you're
was-
right.
it was kinda
But
crazy looking.
It's good though. I like it. I like crazy Arya.
yeah.
She deserves it. She finally gets to cross off people on her list. I meant to look it up. I meant to find it before the show. It was, I bookmarked it. I thought I did. It was just Arya's list and like the status of everybody.
Oh,
And like,
that's really cool.
yeah. So like, you kind of get to see, she still has Sir Gregor Clegane on her list, who's still alive. Like, technically, people who are still alive is Gregor Clegane. Jesus.
I love gar.
Let's say that 3 times in a row. Cersei's still on it. I know like Tywin was on it, but he's dead. The Hound, I think she actually like removed him from her list, which is good because we need the Hound.
Yeah.
Beric
Clegane Bowl
Dondarrion.
still going on.
Beric Dondarrion is on her
he
list.
was on her. He was on her list.
Yeah,
I
so
forgot
was
about that.
the Red Priest that brings Beric Dondarrion back.
Oh yeah, Thoros of Myr.
Yes. Also, Sir Ilan Payne is on her list, which is the Ned Stark's executioner.
I wonder if he's still alive.
He is. Yep. Also,
I just haven't seen him in a while.
The other who was it that killed the dancing master?
Syria Farrell.
Syria, yeah. Who killed Syria?
No. Hang on. Marin Trant. She would have killed him.
Oh, is he dead? I thought he was alive.
I'm pretty. Let me fact check myself here.
I thought he was still alive.
Let me see.
But yeah, so that's Arya's storyline now. Is she's coming back to complete her list because Jack and Nagar wasn't going to do it. She's going to have to do it. I'm very happy.
Yep. And then Arya totally like gouges his eyes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that was Marin Trant. So he gone.
Forgot about that. Okay.
He gone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, wow.
Okay, back on track. Next scene where Sansa is at the Godwood tree in Winterfell, where she always used to be. Yes, Sansa.
We called her Salsa.
Salsa's just chilling out.
Yeah.
And Baelish pretty much tries to come at her. Like
He's just like, I'm gonna marry that ass. He's like,
I want you. And she's
like,
just like,
oh no, that's a fun idea. Let's do that later.
Yeah.
Just like,
she's so just no, fuck off, Peter. Like no.
He was pretty confident in his delivery too.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
oh
really
my
was.
god, this is going to sweep her off her little red feet.
yeah, he was. That was gross because he was so into it. But that's also very scary because a Littlefinger with like a direct motive is a very, very dangerous person.
Yeah, like
and
we know it now.
Didn't that directly transition into the new King in the North scene?
No, it did not actually.
Oh, okay. I forgot what was
this transitioned to Beyond the Wall with Benjen and Bran.
Cold Hands 2.0.
Yeah. So yeah, next scene we have actually Benjen dropping Bran off at the Godwood tree that's closest to the wall. So he's very close back to being on the other side again.
I think, by the way, that was the Godswood that Sam and Jon took their vows at.
Yeah, which would also be real close to the same area where they found Benjen's hand originally.
Yeah. Wait, was that Benjen's hand?
They thought it was.
No, they found Benjen's horse.
Well, no,
Benjen's
horse comes running back, and then later
they did find a hand that they thought was his.
Jon Snow's dog, the wolf. I forget his name.
Ghost
found a hand, and they thought it was Benjen's.
Yeah,
but he has both hands, as far as we know. So
they're cold.
Cold hands. But one of the biggest reveals people have been waiting for. We've known about it essentially forever. But it's finally confirmed that Jon Snow is Lyanna Stark's kid from Rhaegar.
Well, I was going to say, actually, this is actually where I think the episode really dropped the ball. So let's just say somebody a week from now, they didn't watch it on Premiere, tuned in to watch this episode. We were lucky, or rather, I mean, we already knew what we were going to see, essentially.
Yeah.
But they also showed something previous on Game of Thrones. And they showed him talking about Rhaegar. They refreshed some people, but in the actual episode, they talked nothing about him. So, I still feel like a lot of people who just watch the show and don't do what we're doing here or don't read the books are just going to be like, "Oh, so Jon is Lyanna's kid? Interesting. I wonder who his father is." Because no one's probably gonna make that connection immediately. Like the more simple people, you know what I mean.
Yes, I agree with that. But yeah, we know. So to people that just watch the show and don't know anything about this stuff, they just know that Ned Stark is not.
Yes.
Jon Snow's father.
I feel like aside from this episode, if you've been paying attention. Like all you need to do is be paying attention to
that is
understand.
True.
Because Brian, you and I were just complaining about how they're explaining things too much, how they're assuming we're stupid and they're explaining things.
Right, but this is on a different level.
I wouldn't go that far. They're not explaining too much because we're the ones looking into everything, so we know this shit.
No. I mean, like
this was last week. I think we talked about.
Yeah, in last week's episode, just exactly like how they were explaining Ramsay.
Yeah.
Even like Sansa, like there was a whole scene of her explaining the character of Ramsay, even though we already know if we've been watching Game of Thrones.
She was just essentially talking to the audience, and while I see what you mean, John, but this, like, if that was in the book, like, just like that, it would have been totally fine. But because it's in a show where there's an entire week between episodes, and, like, the episodes kind of, in this fashion, have to kind of almost stand on their own without the last time on Game of Thrones. I feel like, I mean, since last time we even saw the Tower of Rejoicing, that was was that the first episode or the second
one?
It was that long ago.
That was literally 8 weeks ago. That was over 2 months ago. So, like, I wouldn't blame anybody who just watches the show for not making that connection. Okay. And having to, like, Google it or something, you know?
Yeah. But they showed baby Jon Snow's face, and they just went, cut.
That baby was a good actor. I really thought that he didn't know anything.
Grammy. Emmy Award, all the awards for him.
You like that? Bridget laughed.
But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Next up, right after that, we're at the King of the North scene.
The King of the North.
Lady Mormont has another awesome speaking part.
Who's also named Lyanna.
Yes.
Thought it was neat.
Yeah.
Yes.
She rallies the troops, gets everybody to call another person King of the North. So we've had two Kings of the North. We'll see if there's another Red Wedding coming up. I don't know. I hope not.
Oh, fuck me. I can't. My heart can't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Same here. I couldn't handle it.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, John, we're gonna marry you to Daenerys," and like, "Come on over." And just like, this seems fine, and then everyone gets fucking stabbed.
Yeah, true.
I could definitely see that happening.
But yeah, so everybody pledges their allegiance essentially back to House Stark, even though they don't know that Jon Snow's not a Stark. I mean, kind of is. Lyanna was his mother, but
he's a Starkarian.
He's a Starkarian.
Brian, I hope you leave. I just want you to go away.
I'll be here all week. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What?
And then
automatically you're welcomed you since you said thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But that scene was actually really scary. Like, that was like literally the most tense scene, because as soon as they started doing the King in the North, Littlefinger like looked at Sansa, and he's just like,
yeah, he was pissed.
The eyebrows.
He was pretty pissed.
She went from smiling to like, oh fuck.
Yep. Yeah, because I mean, at this point, we kind of have like Peter Baelish. Like, I want that. I want that spot.
Yeah.
Fuck Jon Snow. I'm gonna kill him.
I want that.
Yeah. I mean, essentially,
Is this the first time where Littlefinger just flat out said he wants the Iron Throne?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I feel like he's maybe said it at some point.
He has brought it up in the past, but he's never like been so direct about it.
Yeah, that was pretty on point. I mean, to be honest, like, he actually doesn't have to work against Jon to get it, because Jon doesn't want the Iron Throne. So
yeah.
I'm sure he'd be fine with Littlefinger taking it. He'd probably help him because he's easily manipulated anyway. So don't kill him, Littlefinger. Christ.
Yeah, for real. You can't kill him again.
Yeah.
Especially since they sent Melisandre off.
Exactly. Yeah, she can't save him anymore.
I mean, they're cutting all these actors. If we don't see Ghost next season, what was the budget cuts for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like to me.
That CGI dog was really expensive.
Yeah. You know how hard fur is to animate? It's like, yeah, he must be the size of a tiger by now. If he's not, you know.
Yeah, he's got to be. Last two scenes, we have Jaime and Bronn riding back from the Riverlands to go to King's Landing, and they see, King's Landing like in smoke and flames essentially. And Jaime just walks into the throne room and sees his sister being protector of the realm, and he's
bad.
just like,
He's probably like, oh boy, what happened? It's gonna be a long conversation.
Yeah.
Why is everyone dead? Well, you
What
see,
did you do?
They were mean to me. Tommy was mean to you. He's dead now too.
Yep.
You see, when I left, I thought we had this talk and we were cool.
Yeah.
And I come back and everything is gone.
Remember, fuck everyone. They're all dead. Just like, I did it. Oh God. That entire episode was so fucking. I was so upset when I saw Marjorie wasn't gonna get out in time, and Mace Tyrell, who's one of my other favorites. Just God, it was sad.
I saw
think
the coolest shot when
the
the
sparrow
high
went up.
sparrow went up in green
Yeah,
flames.
he
Yes.
fucking dissolved down to a skeleton.
Good.
He did. That was
Fucker.
pretty cool. I know. He was a bitch.
Little bitch. Didn't
Bitch.
listen to Marjorie. You got her killed. Fuck you.
Well, technically, he got everybody killed.
Yeah, you did. I don't care about everyone.
Yeah. Oh,
Just-
I care about my mouse princess.
I must have forgot at some point. I forget where it was, where Cersei and Sir Gregor is torturing that one.
Septa
yeah.
Unella.
Yeah, where
Confess.
that was
Shame.
insane. Yeah, she was like, shame.
You know what? I didn't think he even did anything to her though. Like the mountain just kind of stood there. I didn't see him do much.
We don't know what he did, but she wasn't happy.
Honestly, I was expecting him to start sexing her.
That's what I
Like,
thought.
He's
too.
a zombie.
Yeah, I
Take
don't know.
his
He's
little
reanimated.
zombie dick out.
I mean, she did scream. That's what, like.
I mean, do you think reanimated penises work that way?
Maybe they're just always hard.
I'm sure. I'm
Hey,
sure
that's why I has to wear armor.
Rigor mortis.
He sees her. Dung.
It just
Oh.
it dings out the dent that that sparrow left with the weapon.
with the axe.
Just fixes it. Yeah.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have brought it up.
Well, you did it.
Next scene, we're back in Marine. Well, actually, we're in the fucking middle of the ocean. All the boats from Marine took off, and it's Dany and the dragons and the not the Second Sons, but the
Unsullied.
Unsullied, and all the Dothraki and their horses are on thousands of boats.
I wish they
Coming for
would have
Westeros.
actually showed the Dothraki being like,
Yeah,
just like, we're on it. We're on the evil water.
Yeah.
There's like,
we're on our wooden horses. That
like no one
glide
was
over
even
the water.
throwing up. Like
The
I was
wooden
disappointed in the
horses.
reaction.
They were doing pretty well.
Brian, listen, if people started throwing up, it would significantly diminish the badassery of that scene.
Yes,
I want realism. I don't want badassery.
Well, you can't have both.
but
Apparently not.
what I wanted to talk about. See, okay, we can go into this now. How the fuck did Varys get back to get on the
I
boat?
told you he has a jetpack.
But what I want to know is why the
His
fuck did he?
dick is gone. He's carrying less weight.
Why did he take the time to leave Marine, to go to Dorne, and then come back to Marine
Wait.
just to get on a boat to go fucking back to Westeros?
Hold up. Let me see something here.
I
so he
think-
went to Dorne and went
Yes.
back to Meereen.
Yeah, to get on the boats.
No, I bet because there's still a decent amount of water between the two.
Oh yes,
I bet that they picked him up along the way
they did not know.
because
Dorne's all the way at the bottom of Westeros. Like it's way,
It
way
is,
down here. They
but if
didn't.
they're
They didn't go
going-
from here down to here just to go up to here.
well, we don't know where we checked back into him.
No, that's it's inconsistency. Like I seriously,
have a map
I don't think
up.
he was.
I could see it happening.
No, there's no way they just went all the way over there just for Varys. Just
Well,
for
like-
Varys. Fuck him. He's a eunuch.
Well, listen, we don't know where they're gonna land on Westeros. They're not
They're
gonna
going
pull
straight
up.
to King's Landing.
I feel like they're not. That's
So
the
then
wrong
why did they
idea.
stop at Dorne and just go from
If
there?
they're not going to King's Landing, why the fuck are they bringing 1,000 ships?
Well, I mean, they're gonna eventually, but
All
I feel
the
like
They're
they're
going to like
Wildfire's
get off at
gone.
the side of Westeros and get rental cars?
Listen, I'm looking at a map. Here, I'm gonna draw on the map so I could make it cohesive. How the fuck do I do this? Okay.
What are you
There's
doing?
no way.
Keep talking.
I-
I'm just
look,
doing my own Brian thing.
Total inconsistency on their part. I feel like somebody please correct me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's some sort of explanation to this. But
This,
I
the
don't
one I'm
think-
telling you.
I don't like it. It was weird. Like they were like they said bye to Varys. Like they weren't gonna see him again for a while, and he's just back. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna get on a boat with you. I just got off of one. No, I don't like it. Totally.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I didn't have too much of a problem with it, to be totally honest. but-
I thought it was all fucked up. Like, why is
and
Varys back?
usually,
on
I'm the one who has problems with it.
the boat? And they're just so weird. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah. Let's see.
John, what do you think?
I don't think that.
You don't think?
I think we're thinking too far into this. I think it's as simple as the show is inconsistent, and here he is.
Thank you. That yeah.
Because I mean, if they picked him up somewhere, they would have made it a point to show that. They didn't. It's just. This is how it is.
There's no way they took like 1,500 boats just to pick up one motherfucker.
You know what? Actually, where is
Brian? Why don't you just stick to the original plan? And he has a jetpack.
I'm trying to think. Where is the Lannister home? Where is
Casterly Rock?
Casterly Rock.
It's on the other side of Westeros.
It's on the western side, isn't it?
Correct.
Or it's on the eastern side.
It's western.
Okay, because it's not listed here. Because I see Lannisport, but I don't think has anything to do with them.
Is that like where the private planes are?
I mean, a port is actually where boats go. So probably
Unless
not.
it's an airport.
Fuck, Jordan.
I honestly think it's just an inconsistency. They just wanted to show that Varys was with them. They didn't depend on Brian thinking too close into this.
I mean, I don't think they plan on me making a map. That's for sure.
All right,
No, they
I'm
definitely
looking
did
at
not.
the map that's in my book, like in the Game of Thrones book. I'm trying to find Casterly Rock just
Hold up.
for you.
I already made a map for y'all to help y'all.
What do you mean you made a map?
I made a map.
But didn't someone else already make a map, and that's the point?
No, I created it for you.
Okay.
Here.
Where-
Put it in Binge so you could see the magic.
Where are you putting it?
In Binge. The Facebook chat.
Because there's a lot of things I have named Binged. Okay. Is this your little... Did you draw on this?
So look, you can see where they came from Mirian with the red. Follow the line. And then going to Dorne would be no small thing. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a big deal. And then from there, they could go to King's Landing.
No dick is here.
Or they could go to the eastern side and try to conquer through. Because, who knows, maybe they were stopping off at Highgarden because of working with, what the fuck's her name? I forgot the old lady's
Olenna
name.
and the Sansa.
Olenna, that was it. We were talking about Unella, and it confused me. But, I mean, I think it's perfectly rational.
Maybe they are closer to the King's Landing than we think. Maybe.
Yeah.
I
mean,
know.
they could be sailing where, we won't know until the first episode where they actually decided to land at.
Yeah. I don't know.
Regardless, there's been a lot of fast traveling.
If they even show us
season.
Daenerys on the first episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
They have to. That's
Do
how it
they,
ended.
though?
If they don't, I riot.
You boycott Game of Thrones.
Yeah. That's it.
We'll go on to binge and tell people to stop watching.
This show's bullshit. The eunuch has a jetpack.
Make America great again.
Thanks, John. All right, so one of the things I wanted to go back to was my theory with Arya. And I think, she's going through, she's killing her list off. I think she's going to be the one to kill Cersei, not Jaime.
Oh, really? Interesting.
That's my thought.
Maybe. I think
it'd be a more powerful story if Jaime fucking
that's
killed
what
her.
I'm thinking too. That's more in line with her vision.
You think so?
I think. Let me see exactly what her vision was. 'cause I
It's
forget.
more like dramatic and emotional if Jaime does it because he's in love with her.
True.
But it would also make sense if Arya just fucking stabbed the shit out of her.
Like, just because of the fact that Jaime is already a Kingslayer and taking out another. The symbolism is just very strong.
True.
I'm
me see.
gonna be honest though. I don't want Cersei to die.
Fuck you. Get
And
off
I
that
definitely
show.
don't want Cersei to kill her.
So, the last bit of Cersei's thing says Cersei will outlast her children and die by the hands of the Valonqar. It says, and when all your tears have drowned you, the Valonqar shall wrap his hands about your pale white throat and choke the life from you. Valonqar is High Valyrian for little brother.
That's so interesting because no one else is gonna do research on that.
Yeah.
They were telling you it's Jaime the whole time, but no one's doing research.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, and that's the only real, that's not an actual word other than in Game of Thrones universe. So there's no actual definition to go off of other than the one they give us. So, I mean, by nature, that has to be Tyrion, just from the wording of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be a symbolic, type of thing.
Well, is Jamie older than Cersei?
Wait, no, actually. I think. Hold up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure it's like a little. It's real close. Let me see.
This is interesting.
It's going to be Jamie.
Live
It's going to be
research.
Jamie. In other words, on another note, AL Sounds, thank you for sending me your headphones. They're super fucking uncomfortable, and I hate them.
I thought that was going to be a real plug for a minute.
Nope.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
What kind of headphones are they? Are they in-ear?
Yeah. They look cool. They sound good, but my God, it
Were they
feels
the
like I
ones-
just put like wine corks in my ear.
Were they the ones that you had earlier? Like whenever I was over last?
No, I just got them while I was gone.
Oh.
They came in. They sent me 2 pair, and they're both awful. Anyway,
That's why
Your live
that's why I
your
like,
live research,
That's why I
how's it
like
going?
my purchased Audio Technicas that are
Oh,
comfortable. as
Cersei
fuck.
is from the Game of Thrones wiki. Cersei is the elder twin of Jamie.
oh,
They were twins.
What?
Fuck. You just said twins.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were
So-
twins.
You didn't
So
know they were
Jamie's
twins?
younger. He's gonna fucking
No.
kill her.
They were like almost born at the exact same time. It's literally like seconds or minutes. Like it's very close.
So Jamie's gonna kill her
I think so.
hard
I mean, they're
With his
sticking to
dick.
this prophecy thing
with
real
his
close.
golden hands.
I mean, never mind. He's gonna.
That's
fist
true.
her.
How the fuck is he gonna wrap
Oh
his
my
hands around
God,
her?
Brian!
How's he gonna wrap his hands around her when one of them doesn't work?
Yeah, I don't know.
He can use one hand. He's
He's
learned.
gonna pimp slap her with his gold hand, tunk, and then choke her with the other one.
Oh my God, could you imagine like how John beat the shit out of Ramsey if it's just him smacking her with his gold hand?
That would be bad. I need him to like.
That would be
stab
brutal.
her in the front.
In the
Brutal.
Because he stabbed Eris in the back.
I want him
So-
to put a hook on his hand instead. Just fucking hook her.
Captain Hook.
Yarr! Slashes her. That'd be terrible, John.
Oh God.
Man.
Well, what a conversation we just had.
Yeah. What
So
else?
Jamie's gonna kill her.
I think so.
What else do we have to talk about? I feel like there's still more.
Bridget made a good point when we were watching the episode last night. She's like, I feel really bad for Drogon and the other dragons. They have to fly all the way. There's no big flat boat for them to land on.
I'm
was
sure
like-
I'm sure they can just perch on like one of the.
I don't know, dude. He's fucking big. Yeah.
That's like being tired. That being sad for horses because they get tired from walking all the time. These are massive fucking animals.
Horses
They can handle it.
lie down.
But these things are fine. They got it.
They also
got
have,
it.
They have to fly at the same pace of the boats, which is slow as fuck. They could probably fly from continent to continent like in a day. But
Take a break,
They're like
stop at a hotel.
Going along with the boats.
Maybe we have it all wrong, and they just go into the water, and the boats pull them along, and they just kind of like
Yeah.
That's possible, I guess.
through the water.
They dragon board on the water.
Fuck. I thought you were gonna say they get dragged through the water.
No,
I mean, I
only
thought you had
Brian.
it.
Only you. No. I'm not
Dragon.
a sick fuck.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about.
Oh!
I said
What
it.
was it?
Okay, so it's kind of a weird coincidence, probably, considering how far apart the two events are.
It's not good that you seem unsure about your own theory.
It's not mine. I read it earlier.
Okay.
It was like kind of like a foreshadowing, foretelling of the Stark's death. That the very first episode of Game of Thrones, the pilot, when Robert Baratheon shows up at Winterfell,
he doesn't greet somebody
he
like Rickon and Rob or something like that.
The 4 Starks that he touched, like either
Yeah.
like hugged or handshaked, are the
They
4
died.
Starks that have died. Now, people are all up in arms about this being like a prophecy or some shit. And they're like, oh my God, Game of Thrones has had this plan for 6 years. Like,
No.
I mean, it's possible.
No, it's not.
But that was the pilot episode, for God's sakes. Like, I do agree that it's a weird coincidence and it's kind of cool that happened. But I think, like, about 50% of like the theories that are out there are just like people trying to make shit up, trying to have a voice on the internet, and it's just weird.
Well, I
theories.
think that like, so Game of Thrones has been so mysterious, and the theories have worked, and a lot of the theories have been around for 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think now the show's at a much simpler point. Things are they're wrapping up.
Exactly.
I think people are just like, are used to how Game of Thrones usually is, and they're looking too far into things, and they're just making shit up. And it's just like, when in reality, the show's simplifying itself. They were tying up loose ends. So, I mean, what? There's 13 episodes left?
Yep.
Yeah. As far as we know.
Nuts.
Very scary. There's so much to cover. See, you know how we had all that anxiety with John and the battle with Ramsay? Well, fucking Dany has to take an entire continent.
Yeah.
We'll see like how this goes. I'm kind of scared.
I'm really excited for next season. I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess that's probably it then, right? I mean, if like we've reached kind of the part where we're just like, yeah, it was good. It was exciting.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Good job, Game of Thrones.
Struggling to come up with something else to talk about.
Right.
But I think my plans for next week is more or less just like a season wrap up show that we can do,
That's a good idea.
just to kind of like drag out the Game of Thrones thing like one more week, because there's gonna be more theories pop up during the week. Like, it's hard to find stuff the day after. It's way easier to find stuff by like Thursday, Friday, that we can talk about next Monday.
Right.
So we can talk about, we'll wrap up the season, talk about some of the high points, the low points, what we liked, what we didn't like, and see some theories for what we can see in the next 2 seasons.
You know what we should do?
What?
But all three of us should pick a favorite scene and a least favorite scene.
And then like analyze
season?
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like we should make like almost like an awards type thing, like character who grew the most. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
Best story arc, worst story arc.
Me and John kind of did that like in the first 2 episodes of Binge, like when we were just trying to do this.
Okay.
But this is, I like it more now. Now that you're here.
Oh no.
Fuck you, John.
Maybe we can have one more come in with us. We'll see. We'll have a 4-person podcast if my computer can handle it.
Or it's more like if Comcast can handle it.
Right.
Yeah, good point. By then, Comcast will have come to my house and hopefully fixed some shit. So
that's what they all say.
I have an appointment Thursday.
Just have the Comcast guy be on the podcast.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Why do you think I never have internet?
Yeah. Tell me, fucker.
Yeah. Tell me, fucker.
Fucker.
All right. I think let's
That's
just,
definitely the end of it.
That's it. All right. That's it for the finale wrap up. We sad to say goodbye to Game of Thrones for the year. We'll see you in another 10 months, probably next April. We'll see what happens with the rest of the season. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We film live every Monday. Come watch us on YouTube next Monday. Bingepodcast.com. Yeah, thanks. Brian, can they find you on Twitter?
At @bshoop with 4 O's if you really want to.
Yeah. John?
At John_Prosser for me, if you're interested, if you want to come find me.
Go follow him or Jordan if you really want to interact on Twitter.
Yeah.
John actually does stuff.
That's
Brian,
true.
you got to sell yourself.
I post memes.
I try to. I try to be active. You can find me at Binge Podcast or at Jordan0, Zero. But other than that, I think that's all. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.